Resident Evil Vendetta. This movie is a trip. It's not bad at all. It's actually a pretty good time. But wow, talk about going off the rails. If Degeneration was too boring while Damnation represents a solid balance, then Vendetta cranks everything to 11. Vendetta opens up with Chris Redfield investigating a dark, sleepy mansion. Classic Resident Evil. He's hot on the trail of a black market virus dealer named Arius, who is totally not an Albert Wesker ripoff at all. Arius got into the zombie business after a government agency attempted to assassinate him, but ended up killing everyone else at his wedding. And so he seeks revenge against the whole world. You have no idea how much I wish I was making this up. After Rebecca Chambers' laboratory is attacked, our two heroes seek the assistance of Leon, who's deep in his bottles. Aw man, I want fun Leon, not this guy. Actually, Leon's not bad at all here. His drinking problem, honestly, just seems like an excuse for the movie to have him butt heads with Chris.
So you got an arms dealer on one side, and on the other, the government dropping bombs on weddings. Who's the bad guy here?
Arius, and it's our mission to bring his ass down. Your mission, not mine. God damn it, Leon!
Stop!
I don't know why Capcom keeps trying to set up a Leon vs. Chris fight, but I kind of like it. Anyway, Rebecca gets kidnapped by the bad guys because she figured out a vaccine for the new virus, and it's up to our two zombie-slaying pros to save the day. The story in Damnation was fairly reasonable, but Vendetta's is dumb as a pile of rocks. Arius is completely insane, and any potential subtlety about him is thrown out the window. Worse than that is Leon and Chris's complete and absolute disregard for civilian life. These two put innocent lives in danger and they could not care less about the implications. I don't want to spoil anything, but it is completely ridiculous. Skip to 4 minutes and 10 seconds if you want to avoid some major spoilers. Or continue watching if you'd like to see this insanity for yourself. Okay, so what happens is that a good amount of New York City has turned into zombies, but there is a cure that can be easily administered. It's a cheap story cop-out, but whatever. The point is that everyone can be saved. So let's go ahead and use grenades to cause massive explosions at street level. Oh, but that's nothing. Our hero causes a 2-car pileup that explodes. Whoever was driving those cars are just dead. But all of that is child's play compared to this. Good lord! If there was any doubt before, it should be clear now that Resident Evil just turned full-blown anime. Look at the buildings as they get hit. The lights are going dark from the impact. I must ask,
Who's the bad guy here?
aside from the completely ludicrous explosions, even the quote-unquote normal fights are absurd. This is a pretty famous scene that has made the rounds online. It's funnier than it is intense. I can hardly keep myself from busting a gut. It is legitimately hilarious. Well, okay, enough making fun of the movie. The good points are worth mentioning as well. It's the best looking Resident Evil animated film to date, that's for sure, and the acting remains above Degeneration and on par with Damnation. It's an all-around well-executed film. But while the previous movie played it safe and told a simple story, Vendetta plays it safe by telling a dumb story. I want to make it clear that's not a bad thing, it's just a different approach to entertainment is all. Much in the same vein as how Damnation mimicked the style of Resident Evil 4, Vendetta is extremely similar to Resident Evil 6. It's completely insane with comic book heroes and villains and an idiotic story. And it has one of these scenes. On top of everything, it ends with a hint of a direct sequel. Take that as you will. But while Degeneration was boring, at least Vendetta is a really fun movie. There aren't any overly long monologues or lame conspiracy mysteries. In between the insane action, you've got goofy characters with silly dialogue.
Just like, what if this disease don't got no cure?
The assholes we're after, they treat life and death like they shooting craps. Bunch of dicks.
Hey, I just realized DC and Damien are talking about Breaking Bad for once.
Hey, don't go there, Chris.
Yo, that shit's ahead of its time.
It's a goddamn masterpiece.
You're goddamn right.
Just shut off your brain and enjoy the ride. They don't come much crazier than this. Thanks for watching my review of Resident Evil Vendetta. If you'd like to be updated on my future videos, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitter, or check out my Discord page.
The government dropping bombs on weddings. Who's the bad guy here?
God damn it!